comparative advantage over normal children because they have talents and abilities beyond comprehension, while calling for the inclusion of sign language teaching and learning into the school curriculum.
What we are asking is, we have many more of these kind of programs. Encourage individuals who are interested in taking up projects like this in order to develop persons with disability, develop their potentials. They have a lot of ability, and also to appeal that sign language should also be incorporated in the school curriculum so that persons with hearing impairment do not end up talking to only themselves.
3 schools, including Glory Rain Special Academic Center, Master International Education Center, and OV Inclusive Academy, participated in the competition. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
The Senate on Tuesday appointed 12 members to work with the House of Representatives to harmonize the controversial amendment to the Electoral Amendment Act following recent public uproar over the bill. The announcement was made by the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, during an emergency plenary session. According to Akpabio, the committee will liaise with their counterparts in the House of Representatives to reconcile differences between the two chambers' versions of the bill. Akpabio urged the appointed lawmakers to meet on the time and resolve the issues so that the President can sign the bill this month. The Electoral Amendment Act has faced widespread debate, particularly over provisions related to the electronic transmission of election results. Critics have argued that the Senate's adjustments, including removal of the phrase real time from the e-transmission clause, could undermine transparency and electoral credibility ahead of the 2027 general elections. The Joint Committee is expected to deliberate on these contentious issues, including voting, timeline, transmission of results, and other technical reforms, before presenting a harmonized version for final approval by both chambers. Away from that, the federal government has announced the suspension of the 84-day nationwide industrial action embarked upon by the joint health sector unions following a successful conciliation meeting. The government on Tuesday said all members have been directed to return to work immediately in the interest of patients, health system stability, and national public health security. In a statement signed by Ado Bako, Assistant Director, Press and Public Relations, the Minister of State for Health, Dr. Isiaq Adekunle Salako, said the resolution reflects the federal government's commitment to dialogue, fairness, and protection of Nigeria's health workforce. The statement added that the government has withdrawn the no work, no pay directive issued during the strike and approved immediate payment of January 2026 salaries for all JOHESEP members. The minister further emphasized that the government will continue negotiations on the collective bargaining agreement and prioritize outstanding issues relating to the consolidated health salary structure. You're still watching Rstv World News. River State is a treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for update on our live feeds. And in part 2, after the break, in preparation for ceasefire in Gaza, Indonesia offers deployment of 8,000 soldiers. And in sports, President Bola Tinubu salutes Nigerian Super Bowl winners in California. More on these reports and others as we return from the break. Stay with us.
Rstv, your source for authentic coverage. View us on YouTube Rstv Online, Facebook, and GoTV at channel 142.
Eniola, calm down.
Calm down? What if I ruin everything? Auntie Amina is coming. Just pass the beef and dawa cubes. No, Hassan. With Mr. Chef, it's a two-finger crush. Chef of life. I am the chef of life. Chef of life with Mr. Chef.
Eniola, you've got this.
Sanu Mama, Sanu Baba.
Haba, Hassan, why do you look so lean?
I am the chef of life.
With Mr. Chef, a simple crush turns meals into culture and moments into memories.
This is a true taste of home.
And culture.
Yeah.
Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
Chef of life.
You need all the nutrients that will hold you tight. Stay in power, you find it all in peak. Every move you make, big steps you go away. The beat goes on, and the beat goes on, and the beat goes on and on, and the beat goes on and on and on and on.
Muna kira ga al'ummar arewacin Najeriya musamman jihar Kano da ku ci gaba da amfani da madarar Pig Milk.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic, and enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
The Omega Power Ministries, OPM Worldwide, presents the first Dr. Jesus Night with Coconut for the year 2026. It is a night of intense worship, prophetic prayers, and declarations. It is a night of spiritual realignment for the year ahead. It is a night where gates will be lifted and barriers broken. It is a night where God Himself will open the door of 2026 for us. Doors of glory, doors of nations, doors of increase, doors of dominion, doors of influence and affluence will be opened for us, and no man can shut it. Date Friday, 6th February 2026. Time 8 p.m. till dawn. Venue OPM headquarters, Dr. Jesus City, Mbodo Alo, River State, Nigeria. Come ready to pray with your coconut, and the heavens will respond, and access will be granted to us this 2026.
OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv Channel 22 Pohakor. This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv Channel 22 Pohakor.
Welcome back. Indonesia has said it is preparing up to 8,000 soldiers for deployment to Gaza, first country to do so as part of phase 2 of the ceasefire agreement brokered by the United States late last year. The Army Chief of Staff, General Maruli Semanjuntak, said training for the soldiers had already begun and that they would focus on medical and engineering roles. Indonesia has joined President Donald Trump's Board of Peace, which was announced last month. It has a mandate from the United Nations Security Council to establish an international stabilization force which will help secure border areas in Gaza and ensure territories demilitarization including disarmament of Hamas. The board, which is due to have its first meeting in Washington on 19 February, will also oversee a new technocratic Palestinian government in Gaza and post-war reconstruction. Kenya has announced plans to talk to Russia over growing Ukraine. Speaking to reporters, Foreign Minister Musalia Mudavadi called the practice unacceptable and clandestine and said Nairobi had shut down illegal recruiters and would urge Moscow to sign a deal banning the conscription of Kenyan soldiers. The Kenyan government estimates that around 200 of its nationals have been recruited to fight for Russia. The exact number remains unclear, as Nairobi maintains that none of them traveled through official channels. President Bola Tinubu has congratulated players of Nigerian descent after the Seattle Seahawks 29-13 victory over the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 60 at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. In a statement issued on Tuesday by Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the president hailed the players for what he described as the pride and honor they have brought to their country of descent. Tinubu congratulated Jalen Oluwaseun Milro, the Seahawks quarterback Nick Ebanwori, whom he described as a defensive standout, Uche Nwansu, a veteran linebacker, Boy Mai, a linebacker, and Oluwatimi, an irrepressible offensive lineman, noting that they played the key roles in the team's second Lombardi Trophy triumph. The president said the players' achievements were a source of national pride, particularly commending Emanwori, Nwosu, and Mai for raising Nigeria's flag after the Super Bowl victory. A gesture, according to him, symbolized the honor they had brought to Nigeria and reaffirmed the strong connection between the players and their country of descent. He also congratulated Michael Owenu of the New England Patriots, describing him as one of the most dominant offensive linemen, despite featuring for the losing team. Tinubu said the accomplishments of the players affirm Nigerians' global reputation for excellence and talent, adding that their success reflects the impact Nigerians continue to make at the highest levels internationally, and wish them more victories in their respective careers. Countdown to second Niger Delta Games officially began Monday, 9 February, with a ceremonial touch launch in Calabar, Cross River State. Embarking on a 9-state tour, the touch serves a traveling beacon of regional cooperation before arriving at its final destination in Benin, Edo State. In Calabar, the touch bearer, Patience Okon George, led some Ports Commission officials and athletes from the UJ Eswene Stadium to the governor's office, while they were officially received by the Deputy Governor, Right Honorable Peter Ode, and Sir Itiako Ikpoko, Chairman of Dunamis Icon Limited, organizers of the Games. A colorful procession, which included young men and women dressed in the famous Calabar Carnival costumes, danced to local ethnic tunes, belted from loudspeakers mounted on trucks. According to a roster released by organizers of the game, Akwa Ibom State is the next stop for the touch on 10 February, which will then proceed to Abia on 11, Imo on 12, and Rivers State on 13 February. Bayelsa will host the game's touch on 14 February, while Delta State will receive it on 16 February, from where it proceeds to Ondo on 18 February. The game touch would light the cauldron at the Samuel Bomidion Stadium to symbolize the start of the games on the opening day, and would on the last day be handed over to the next host state. You are still watching Rstv World News. River State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And on to any news, a recap of some of the major stories. River State Governor says similarly Ifubara has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to completing the Port Harcourt Ring Road project in October this year after inspecting the ongoing 50.1 kilometer road project. The Senate has appointed 12 members to work with the House of Representatives to harmonize the controversial amendment to the Electoral Amendment Act following recent public uproar over the bill. We have reported that the federal government has announced the suspension of the 84-day